And so when we talk about the old school of business, what I'm specifically talking about is just a few days ago. It feels like it was okay to print out a catalog, mail it to all your customers. They'd look at your stuff. They'd call you on the phone, talk to you about the things that are in the catalog, maybe get some more information, and hopefully place an order. You'd take that order, you'd process it, and we'd ship that order out in the next couple of days. And customers are just thrilled. Today, that no longer works. Today, your customers expect to be able to, any hour of the day, 24/7, be able to come to your site, to a website, to look at information that applies to the product, to have 100% of the data that they need to make a buying decision available right there on the page, and place that order. And so the days of throwing up a website with things on it like call for more information, or call for pricing, or call for availability, these are all of the things that we refer to as the old school of business. Those days are gone. Amazon has completely obliterated those days, and they are putting pressure on everyone else to step up to this new reality. So another piece of the old school of business is disconnected systems. And so, for example, when my wife shops and she's, for example, looking to buy some clothing, and she has a store that she visits, many cases she is going to go out to that store's website before she goes into the store to shop. As she is moving from the store onto the website and back, she expects for that to be a seamless, integrated experience. Whenever she runs into stores where that is not the case, she doesn't understand, and it makes her frustrated. And so as a longtime IT aficionado, I can understand why that is not happening. I can even explain it to my wife why this is really hard, and these systems are big and they've been here a long time, and this system is going to have a real hard time talking to that system, but my wife does not care. She's just mad that they aren't talking together. And so the fact that it's hard, or that it's difficult, or that we have different systems, or that we have different groups of people, none of that matters to the modern day consumer. They're used to the Amazon experience, and that experience gives them a new bar that they're measuring every other company by. So part of this customer expectation starts at the very beginning of them looking for something to buy. And so they're going to go out, in almost all cases, they're going to go out and do research online about the products that they're interested in purchasing. Regardless of where they place that order, they're going to start online looking for information. In many cases, they're going to go to the manufacturer's site or a prominent distributor. They're going to look for data about that product. They're going to look for reviews about that product. They're going to look for use cases about that product. That is where they're going to begin, and they expect that. The next piece of that is that when they're looking at something online, they expect it to be available. Customers today, again, they're so used to the Amazon experience, they expect that if I'm looking at your website and I'm purchasing something, that it's going to be available right now. Back orders are things that we want to avoid like the plague. The concept of something being out of stock is just maddening to the modern day consumer. And the customers expect to be able to completely perform self-service. If they want to, they expect to be able to research the product, buy the product, and have the product delivered without ever talking to any of your personnel. So this concept of a complete self-service experience is huge. So BirdDog actually presents this as these problems as what we call the OmniCommerce problem. And that is that our customers are expecting a seamless experience across every location of business that we have, regardless of the device that they're using, whether it be a PC, a phone, or a tablet, and regardless of what location they are in. Are they sitting in their house and they're on their computer? Are they on the phone with you? Or are they inside of your store in a retail or point of sale environment? And so the OmniCommerce experience is presenting that seamless look for your company across every channel in which you do business, and having that be completely seamless as your customer moves across those channels. The first channel that we're going to discuss, actually first two channels, is what everyone refers to as B2B and B2C. So when we're talking about e-commerce, that's in many cases going to be the first face that your customer sees, because again, most of our consumers are going to begin their buying decision online in some type of research mode. So, however, even though we call all of this e-commerce, there's some very distinct differences between a business-to-business website and a business-to-consumer website. So when we're talking about business-to-consumer sites, we absolutely are talking about Amazon.com. And so that level of experience is what our customers are looking for. So they want an easy-to-search website. They want lots of data available. They want to know if it's in stock. They want to know when they can get it. And they want lots of helpful tools like save shopping carts and those that kind of information readily available. When we're talking about business to business, that is typically a little bit different environment. In the old days, we referred to those as portals, and so we really thought about business to business really differently than we did a business to consumer website. And so historically, when we talked about business to business, those portals were actually somewhat clunky. But a customer that had on-account ability could log on to their B2B site and they could place an order on terms. But in most cases, it was very painful. Today, the expectations that all of the purchasing agents have is something like the Amazon experience, because these purchasing agents that are buying for your customers are used to buying from Amazon when they're at home, and so those expectations of what does a normal website look like is translating right into the business-to-business e-commerce world. And so while the B2B experience will be different, in most cases when we're dealing with B2B, we're dealing with different pricing. We're dealing with different kinds of data that is available. In many cases, we have supply chain interactions that don't exist in a B2C website. That level of interaction has to exist in a B2B environment, but they expect that to exist inside of a website that performs just as well as Amazon.com. And so while there is a separation between the two, when we're talking about B2C versus B2B, they absolutely have many pieces of crossover in what the customer or the end user is expecting on how they work. The next component of the BirdDog OmniCommerce platform is this concept of order entry. And so while we have an e-commerce site that in a perfect world will allow the customer to do 100% of their transaction on the web in a self-service manner, we know that there's going to be a percentage of shoppers that want to make a phone call because they have questions that the website's not answering. And so when that happens and they call into our call center, we absolutely want to be able to very quickly answer those questions. And so BirdDog has created a web-based order entry system that we refer to as customer service that is tightly integrated with the concept of B2B and B2C. And so this gives our CSRs the ability to see exactly the same data that our our customers on the website are seeing, while being able to assist them in ways that they can assist themselves. And so this environment, again, is built around the concept of giving a seamless experience. On top of the fact that they use the same data, the system even allows data to be shipped back and forth between the two parties. So you can have the scenario where a customer is shopping across your website and they stub their toe trying to find some information. They pick up your phone call and get a CSR. The CSR actually takes a hold of their shopping cart and adds the products that they need and then gives it back to them to where they can finish the checkout process themselves. And so again, it's this concept of a seamless interaction from the customer's perspective of across multiple platforms. So another big piece of this concept of self-service is the ability to get good, solid freight quotes. And so that is so critical in today's world, is that the customer wants to absolutely know, what is this going to cost delivered to my address? And so it is critical in that environment that we actually be able to give them real-time freight quotes. And so again, the concept of calling in and asking a CSR, what's this going to cost to deliver to my address, makes no sense.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so the next point on the OmniCommerce platform is the concept of that retail or physical location, which is typically solved with the point of sale environment. And so at BirdDog, we actually have a product to handle that as well, cash point of sale. And this product is different because retail is different. And so when we're dealing with customers that are standing across the counter from us, we have a radically different environment than we do when we're dealing with either e-commerce or a call center order entry environment. And so cash point of sale is optimized for those type of very fast transactions. Typically I'm going to be dealing with swiping credit cards and using guns to barcode products. So a big piece of all of these platforms is the concept of credit card processing. And so when we're dealing with credit card processing, it's critical that we follow the rules of PCI and that we are PCI compliant. At BirdDog Software, we support multiple gateways, whether that be authorized.net, which is one of the most popular, to WorldPay. CyberSource is very popular in Canada. And so no matter what the credit card application that you have, we're going to support that credit card processing across all of your channels. One of the big tenets of the OmniCommerce platform is the concept of CXML. To many people, this is a new topic. The C in CXML stands for commerce, and this protocol was created probably a decade ago as an attempt to create a reliable replacement for EDI. And so in most cases, most people are familiar with XML. XML has been around a long time as well. The problem with XML by itself is that while it's easy to create an XML document, it's very easy to create multiple types of documents. And so if I wanted to create a document to describe a purchase order or an invoice, it would be very easy to do in XML, but it would also be very easy to create many, many different variations of that would be hard to process. The beauty of CXML is that they have a very rich environment that predefines what all of those documents look like. From someone who's implemented EDI before, we used to joke about the wonderful thing about the EDI standard is that there's so many to choose from. And so that's one of the big things that CXML attempted to correct, was making sure that we have a single consistent standard so that if I have a product that knows how to talk CXML, it will talk to any other product that knows how to talk CXML. And so this particular product we're using with multiple customers, some of them very big and some of them actually on the small side. And so CXML is a great way to integrate your supply chain when you're dealing with people that want to communicate real time with electronic documents. The marketplace connectors are something that we're very excited about here at BirdDog. These are going to be coming online late fourth quarter or early first quarter. And the whole goal of this is to take the existing seamless interaction that we already do across e-commerce, order entry, and point of sale and project that into all of the marketplaces that are coming online. And so when we think about Amazon.com, Amazon.com used to be a place where we went to buy things from Amazon.com. As every day that goes by, Amazon is morphing into this huge marketplace where they sell not only their items, but other people's items. And in many cases, other people's items are competing against Amazon's items. And they have built that whole environment to allow that to occur, and for the best product, the best price, the best ability to deliver will win. Amazon is laser focused on how do we make our customer happy. And if that means selling somebody else's product to do so, they will do that. And so so here at BirdDog, it is critical to us that we are able to push items into those different marketplaces. We show two on the slide, Amazon and eBay. We know that Walmart is going to be a huge marketplace as well. And those are just three that are that are large here in the U.S. When we go overseas, we have even more marketplaces that are important. So depending upon where your customer is, it's going to be critical in the coming years that you are in the right marketplace. And in many, many cases, you're going to be in multiple marketplaces. And so the ability to enter product data one time, enter everything about that particular product in one place, and then project that product into the right place where your customer is standing is exactly what we mean by OmniCommerce. And so when we're dealing with that, we want to do it once, and we want to get it everywhere else. And we want it to automatically push. And that is what we mean when we say OmniCommerce. The whole concept of OmniCommerce is the ability to project your products exactly where your customer is, when they're there, no matter what device they're using, no matter what location they're standing in. And at BirdDog Software, we believe we have the tools to solve this problem.